And today's a very hot day in the neighborhood. Today is Monday. Is it Monday? Kind of feels like Tuesday already. I guess it's just Monday. I don't know. I ain't ready for the week though. I guess I think it's Tuesday because I'm ready for the week to end. But yeah, I'd rather just have an extra day for part of the weekend. We need to make Mondays that extra third day of the weekend. That way we can feel like we got an actual weekend because Saturday, Sunday, it's not enough, right? A lot of us work them days anyway, or just try to recover, get some sleep, something, you know what I mean? But anyway, enough small talk. Let's get right to business now that the in it minute is done. Let's talk about what the thumbnail say. We got the WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view, right? So you tune in, you're watching because you want to know about the predictions. So I will say this: we don't really have much to predict, right? We only have like 3, 4 matches at the most, 4, right? Hopefully we get a fifth one. I'm thinking based on tonight's Monday Night Raw, we're gonna get a fifth match, but I don't know. Um, I don't really know where to go with it because the matches have been very unpredictable lately, and it can really literally go either way. We have Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and El Grande Americano. Um, that's such an odd trio. I feel like El Grande Americano is definitely there to take the pin, but or maybe not even to take the pin. I'm not sure how they're gonna do it because it's pretty much Chad Gable on a triple threat with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, which is crazy. Um, so I don't know where they're gonna go with it. All I will say though is, based on the rest of the pay-per-view, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be interesting at best. But there's not really much going for. We have the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. We have the blockbuster tag team match, and then we have the women's Intercontinental Championship match. So I guess I'll start off with the women's match, right? I'm thinking that when you have somebody like Becky Lynch against Lara Valkyria, we still have to consider that third piece for Bayley that should be making a return. I'm assuming this Saturday at Money in the Bank. I'm thinking that Becky Lynch is going to be. Um, I'm thinking Becky Lynch is going to return at Money in the Bank. I'm sorry, not Becky Lynch, Bayley. I'm thinking Bayley's gonna return at Money in the Bank. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man? Lafayette in the building. What's going on, Hassan Terrell? Thank you both. What's going on, Epic Person? How you doing? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you can hit the like button, I appreciate that as well. It helps me out. We're here on this Monday, and yeah, I'd say that definitely Epic Person's Happy Pride Month. Happy. Congrats. Rob said thoughts on R-Truth and Khalil getting released. I will say that first. I will get the releases out the way because that is a messed up situation. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. I appreciate you. R-Truth shouldn't have been released no matter what the circumstances or the conversation, however the conversation went. R-Truth should not have been released. It made absolutely no sense for R-Truth to be released. Okay? R-Truth, I doubt was making too much money as it is. I doubt he was barely making any money. You know what I'm saying? I doubt Carlito was making that much money. So releasing both of them to like give them some type of space for their yearly cap, I think that's cap because it's Carlito and R-Truth. They're literally on their last legs here. They're about to retire soon. So what are we doing? Like, why are we getting rid of Carlito and R-Truth? They are hilarious. They add much more to the show. Carlito makes you tolerate the incompetence of the Judgment Day. R-Truth makes you tolerate the incompetence of the whole show. They're both hilarious and important in their roles, and there's no need for them to be released, or at least for Carlito to not have his contract renewed. It doesn't make sense. Hassan Terrell says, are you ready for Money in the Bank Go Home show and World Collide on NXT Go Home show tomorrow? After that, yes, I am. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see what they got going. I'm sure Monday Night Raw will be packed full of things to fill in the blanks for the pay-per-views coming up. I'm sure NXT will do the same thing, and I'm sure the Worlds Collide show will be really good. That's going to be streaming on YouTube for free, and Money in the Bank, of course, will be on Peacock, etc. Rob said there are people on the roster who've been in trouble for DUIs and haven't been released. Exactly. It's definitely, like I said before, a popularity contest. Thank you for that like too, guys. It's definitely a popularity contest when it comes to the status of WWE superstars, and that's why I don't like how they move when it comes to that, because I feel like it stunts the growth of literally anybody that wants to be there. So imagine working at a job where you're told what to do, how to present yourself. You are told if you're going to win or lose or not, and you're pretty much like not getting over because they're not letting you get over because they want you to do something stupid, and then you get released for not getting over. They wanted to give you something very dumb to work with and for you to make lemons out of applesauce, and it just doesn't make sense. It don't work out like that. Robinson, no judging, just saying. And it's true though, because there's so many people that could have added to the WWE, and have been released, and there's so many people that are not adding anything to it right now that are still there, comfortable. And I don't think that's right. Well, all these promotions coming up, and it almost makes it bittersweet, because it's like, as soon as you see somebody get called up from NXT, now expect a release. As soon as you see somebody get signed from AEW or New Japan, you can't be happy about that, because right after that, there's another release. So it's like they're making room for these new stars, and it's not right the way they're doing it, because they're taking people out of their jobs just to make it comfortable for other people. It's not right. Hassan says, how about NBC Saturday night main events on next month, the Great American Bash and the Evolution? I'm looking forward to all of that. Definitely can't wait for Evolution. I've been waiting and wondering why they haven't brought it back yet. Glad they're finally bringing it back. The Great American Bash has always been a favorite of mine since its original days, as being a SmackDown pay-per-view. And of course, Saturday night's main event is going to be a continuous staple now that they're making it more serious. So I appreciate that. And it also says, guess what? Nintendo Switch 2 is coming up in 3 days left. Oh, okay. Hey, nothing like a good Nintendo Switch 2. Let me get some type of progression here. So that's pretty much where we at with that. And Robinson ready for All In. Oh my gosh. There's so much going on in the wrestling world. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything right now. I'm going to just say I'm going to take things how they go each and every day and let you know about the streaming thing. But I'm almost at a certain point where I'm questioning if that's going to be a continuous thing or not. But we'll cross that road when we get there. As far as right now, as far as predictions, I think Becky Lynch is going to beat Lyra Valkyria. I just think that's going to happen. I think Bayley's going to have some type of intervention in it, and Lyra's going to lose it to Becky. Becky's probably going to beat up Lyra afterward, and Bayley's going to come out, beat up Becky, and want to challenge her for it. Then that's going to have Lyra set up her rematch clause, and then they have a triple threat at SummerSlam. I can just see that happen like that. Rob says, I hope and pray Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm main event All In. That would be literally epic. Honestly, that would be epic. Also, I will say that as far as another prediction, well, how about this? Hassan says, how about SummerSlam for 2 nights on August for Cardi B as the host, as the rapper? That's going to be lit for sure. Cardi B hosts SummerSlam is going to be hilarious. It's going to be dope. And I think it's going to be better than Sexy Red hosting NXT. That's going to be cool, especially it being a 2-night event. SummerSlam is going to be lit for sure. As far as the tag team match with Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, I think that John Cena and Logan Paul are going to lose in this tag team match, because there's really nothing for them to gain. Both sides have kind of like an up and down side hill to them. John Cena's on the upside because he's winning, while Logan Paul's on the downside because he just lost. Whereas Cody Rhodes is on the downside because he just lost to John Cena Mania, and Jey Uso's on the upside because he won against Logan Paul. So if you have that type of dynamic going on, and we're going to see what's going on for the future when it comes to SummerSlam, etc., then I'm pretty sure that we're going to get Cody Rhodes pinning Logan Paul to keep John Cena good, because he doesn't need to get pinned. Hassan Trail says, is Travis Scott going to debut on wrestling? I don't know. They keep saying he's serious about it and he's been training with Booker T, etc. I don't know. I don't know if that's a real thing. The guy's probably $150 at the most. I don't know how that's going to pan out. I know he looks very athletic and stuff, but As far as his moves there, he is a very scrawny little man. So I don't know how it's going to work. Maybe they'll make it work. Maybe they'll Spike Dudley it. But Spike Dudley was tough as nails. So I don't know. So yeah, I'd say I'd say Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are going to win that one. As far as the women's Money in the Bank, we don't have every single contestant yet, so we're missing one. But we have Ivy Nile, Stephanie Bakir, and somebody else competing. I'm gonna assume that Stephanie Bakir wins and moves on to Money in the Bank. But as far as the winner, I think that Naomi is going to win. I think she will be perfect to be the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. I'd say Rhea Ripley, but I don't feel like Rhea Ripley needs it. Rhea Ripley can walk into a room and demand a title shot, and it would make sense for her to have it because she's Rhea Bloody Ripley. So Naomi needs to take this new persona, the reward for the persona being a briefcase, and make her claim for the title like that, and just keep that Money in the Bank briefcase for a while. Hassan says, well, I like your hat today. I appreciate that. I get a lot of compliments for the ECW hat. I appreciate that. Very nostalgic, right? Original ECW logo as well. So thank you. As far as what else we got? Basically, Ashni Tawari says, hello, I'm a new subscriber. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. And like I tell everybody, whether you're hanging out or dipping out, please hit that like button. Before you do, I appreciate it. It helps me out. Rob says Cardi B suck. He's not a fan of Cardi B. So as far as the men's Money in the Bank, we still are missing one person for that as well. And between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano, I want to assume that CM Punk wins just because of his name and his, lineage, I guess you can say, in it. I don't know if that's the right word for it. I'd say experience rather. I'd say CM Punk, but at the same time I'd say Seth Rollins, because imagine seeing Seth Rollins in 2025 with the briefcase again after all these years, and him carrying that as a piece to go for the world title with his new staple and group. It would make sense. But I also see LA Knight finally getting the briefcase, right? Because he hasn't gotten it before. He's in his hometown of LA, and I'm just saying, I'm just going to be honest. You can only troll people so much in their own hometown. WWE is big for trolling people in their hometown. They always have their hometown hero lose for some reason. LA Knight couldn't even make it to WrestleMania when it was in his hometown. So now we finally got LA Knight in his hometown, briefcase. That's his type of match. He was in it last year, I believe. Let it happen. Just let it happen. Let LA Knight get the briefcase, climb up there and get it, and then he's Mr. LA in the Bank or whatever. I don't know. They can come up with something. Either way, it's going to be dope. Terrari says Roman Reigns versus The Rock. That would be dope. I can definitely see that happening at WrestleMania 42. Hassan says, I like Crown Jewel. Perth is coming up on October. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting that they took Crown Jewel away from Saudi Arabia and put it in Perth. That's very different. Rugrat says, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Hey, I appreciate all y'all, man. Please hit that like button. It helps me out, and it helps me make these videos even smoother and better each and every day. But my prediction, it's hard for me to predict it because it can literally be LA Knight. It can literally be Seth Rollins. It can literally be CM Punk that could win it. God Swami says, hello, how are you? Julia. Abish Tuare says AEW for sure. Thank you for that like. I appreciate that. And yeah, guys, I really think that's what we're going to have. As far as this qualifying match, I don't know, maybe El Grande Americano will win somehow. And then, like, I don't know, Seth Rollins and it'll set up Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, or have some type of variation in the match for Money in the Bank. I'm not really sure. But I want LA Knight to win. Do I think he's going to win? I don't know, but I want him to win. Shout out to Jakishan with India. Shout out to Indian. Rugrat say, yeah. Yeah. Tawari says, me versus you one-on-one match. Look, I'm not going to lie. If you fight me at pay-per-view, what you say your name was? Ashbishik Tawari. If you fight me at the pay-per-view, I'm winning. I'm telling you, because I'm going to hit you with every finisher as a move, like AEW does. Every time AEW doesn't move at somebody's finisher, just as a transitionary move, which is insane. I'm gonna hit you with a tombstone power driver off the top rope and do it, and then do a moonsault / shooting star press through a table. They're gonna be like, okay, get this man out of here. Something's wrong with him, right? Twinkle to Mitty says, what about Vince returning? What if Vince McMahon returned at Money in the Bank and he grabbed the briefcase himself? That would be crazy. Can you imagine Vince McMahon returning and getting the Money in the Bank briefcase? It's his lawyer's briefcase. We're getting him out this case he in right now. Oh, Jack K said, help, bro. Twink said, what about Vince returning to WWE as a booker? As a booker, absolutely not. He would destroy everybody. Penta would not have anything going. Right now, Triple H being in charge of how everything goes with creative is the best thing for WWE right now, even though I don't like the releases. I'd say that Vince McMahon, in any circumstance, anything involved in WWE would be a farce. It would be the worst thing possible. We do not need him. Jackishan said, bro, Regret said, Vince never coming back. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? So, as far as I'm concerned, we are best without Vince. Triple H, I keep questioning him because of his choices with these releases, but I'm trying to trust the process. Rugrat said, glad he gone. Aren't we all? He's pretty much the Diddy of WWE. Walt Disney was pretty much the Diddy of animation, and it's just best that a lot of these people are gone. I'm just saying. Yeet. Tawari says Royal Challengers but Glory versus Punjab Kings. Rugrat says yeet. And Twinkle says, so how Vince coming back by WWE? How long Triple H will be in charge? They're saying Triple H is trying to buy back, or Vince McMahon is trying to buy back his share in the WWE. I don't think it's going to happen. I honestly don't see it happen. I don't know why it would happen. I think it would be insane for Vince McMahon to do something like that because he has no pull. He has no say. It's him. He was slowly but surely ruining wrestling. And if it wasn't for Vince McMahon, I'm gonna lie, there probably wouldn't be an AEW. Right? He was the catalyst for a lot of those guys who weren't involved in WWE to go and start AEW. And Santra says, is Mariah May and Sia's Paige coming up on WWE? I don't know if Paige is coming back or not, but I know Mariah May is, and I know that she's going to flourish, and I know she's going to be dope. She's going to be, in my opinion, the Kill Bill of the women's division. She's going to be the Uma Thurman and Kill Bill of the women's division. At least that's how I would book her. I would book her as like that quiet, deadly type that's cunning and willing to win championships. Terari says, what is this yeet? It's 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Do your research, Terari. Rugrat says, Penta needed IC title. He does need the title. He's not going to get it right now. Ray Phoenix should have been money in the Bank, but they're trying to keep them separate from each other for now, and I get it. They want that to be a big deal when they come together. I don't know how long Triple H will be in charge, but I know right now it's working out, and I appreciate y'all hitting that like button. Man Van J Uso says Rugrat, and Twinkle says, and Rugrat says yeet, and Twinkle says Tony Khan is in charge of AEW, so how will he buy? He won't be buying AEW. He's trying to buy it into WWE. So it's all Tony Khan over there in AEW. But guys, this is my time. I hate to go when things just are now starting to get crazy and spicy on here. I appreciate y'all helping me anyway, and I appreciate y'all sliding through. And if y'all could do me a favor by entertaining me, by hitting that like button and subscribing if you ain't already subscribed. I'm here every day. I catch you on the next one, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been a riot. Y'all been funny. Y'all been great. Chingle says Vince new company 14th and ill. I don't know, but we gonna see. All right. Hopefully I see y'all Money in the Bank. And before we even get to Money in the Bank, hopefully I see y'all on the live stream tomorrow. All right. Thank you, Rob, RBCP, everybody involved. I appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button for me, subscribe, and I appreciate y'all. And I catch y'all tomorrow. All right. Now I'm about to say gone. What's gone? 4 letters, 1 word. Gone. You hear me? Goodbye.